Good afternoon, everybody. You have to excuse the wind. It's a whopping 30, I think it's 34 degrees today. Um, if anybody hops up in here, let me know how you can, if you can hear me or not. Because like I said, it's pretty windy. Today I thought, since I'm off, I had some plans for the weekend, but plans changed. I thought I would come in today since it wasn't too bad and do a live video walkthrough for you guys of the Vilano front living room. So everybody seems to like these walkthroughs, so I thought since the two rear living rooms went pretty well, and I got a lot of comments, a lot of people watching it, seems that a lot of people like it, I thought I would do the front living room, since this is the only one here that I haven't done yet. We've got, I think, 3 more coming. And I do all this just for my own, entertainment. It's just something to do, like a hobby, I guess. So with the wind and everything, you can see behind me, we got a train there. Trains come through constantly, so I may have to stop at some point and just stop talking and let the train go by. So bear with me. So we're going to give you a quick tour of the outside. Unfortunately, the battery that's on this thing is not charged very well, and I don't have any of my own stuff here to do it. So I do have my truck hooked up to the battery to charge it, so I can run the jacks and stuff, but I couldn't do the auto level for you guys. It does have it, it does work, but I couldn't do it because one battery that's 3/4 dead running off the plug on the back of the truck doesn't do very well. So here's what we got. Basically, we got the same setup as all the other Vilanos, except that this one here, being a front living, actually has 2 sets of waste tanks, separate hookups. You got one back here and one up there. This one's your shower and your black tank, and that one up there is your gray tank. Again, just like the rest of them here, we've got the setup here for the bike rack. It can be added on at any point. Got the ladder to get up on the roof. It's already wired for that backup camera. All the good stuff here. And this is probably the oldest Vilano we have. I want to say this isn't quite a year old yet, but it's still brand new. You got your manual crank for your, I don't know if you can see it in there. If I do this. There it is. Manual crank for your spare tire. And just like all the rest of them, I mean, look at that belly. Just nice, very clean, very crisp. I don't know a manufacturer in the industry besides a Cedar Creek that does anything that clean. I mean, this is a very, very impressive underbelly. Same thing with the axles. They are LCI axles on this thing. And if you forgive the rackiness, I will crawl over here and tell you what they're rated for. Yeah. Let's see here. Of course, there's a scratch right through it. But they're manufactured 420 of 18. There's the, if you can see it, there's the Lippert part number. The other one, if I can read it, says, I think these are 7,000 pound axles. So those are pretty beefy. It's got the what do they call that? The correct track for the suspension. Those octagon. Oh geez, cold weather, and I'm under here on my belly. Those octagon-shaped yellow pieces there. If the trailer is dog tracking one way or the other, you can actually have the suspension aligned in a way that the camper will, in all 4 corners, obviously that one and this one, not the middle, just the ends. You can correct an axle. So if an axle was running cockeyed, you could make it run straight. Or if the old camper was, instead of pulling straight down the road, if the camper was pulling cockeyed, you could have that fixed. So she's been around a little while. We just got through dragging her to a couple shows. So she's got a little bit of surface rust on everything, and it is surface rust. I mean, this is all powder coated, but we clean all this stuff up before it sells, or once it sells. In fact, what I try to do, to be honest with you, is I try to bring them in and clean them up while they're sitting here on the lot, especially after being exposed to a winter. So this one I just have not gotten in yet. It's so big and it takes up so much space. Forgive me, I have to crawl out of here, that I just haven't had time. So she has the correct track for the axles And it's the Equiflex. Isn't that Equal? I think it's Equiflex. Hanger in the middle there. It's a very similar setup to the Moride CR3000 and 4000 setup. Very similar. Does give it a much more beautiful ride. I have actually hauled this one down the road, and it rides so nice. You got your big boy tires here. I want to say these are Load Range G. So these are some big beefy tires. They're not light tires. There's your I'm trying to read that there too. It says cold air pressure 110 psi, and they are 16-inch wheels. And these are radial. They're actually kind of like a light truck tire, like a heavy truck tire, I guess. It's kind of the concept. But I tell you what, these will be good running down the road. You won't have very many problems with these tires. So, you have to excuse the sniveling. The nose started running. I'm sure it's the cold weather. So I never think about doing this with you guys when I do these walkthroughs. So what I'm going to do, since I got my master keys handy, is I'm going to let you peek in here to one of these little park compartments, these little side view things. This is under your tub. I know it sounds kind of cool. There's your water lines and whatnot. And the idea is, if you can see it, let me get my fat finger out of the way. Come on, focus. Focus. Focus on something farther. It won't focus. Anyways, straight ahead there, I know you can't see it, but straight ahead there is your P-trap for your shower. And again, the little things that count to me, that is so that you can check your, make sure the connections are tight. Helps me put the key in right, dummy. There we go. Got to get in all the way. And see what I was saying about the little things? This is for your tank rinser, for the black tank, and these are your hot and cold lines for your shower faucet. So I mean, come on, they're right here. Go ahead and snug them down, people. You know, they're easy to get to on this trailer. So Locke's need a little bit of lube, but like I said, we just got through dragging through a show through the salt. So like I said, she'll be coming in for some love here soon. But like I said, the little things, 1, 2, right there. You know, the things that I really look for anymore in a trailer. This one here should be to the back of your refrigerator, just like the rest of them. That's your shutoff for your fridge, the actual fridge itself. So if you ever have to have the water valve serviced on the fridge, it's in there. Your water bay, kind of the same as the rest of them. You have your satellite, auxiliary, cable TV, your water pump, your power cord for your extend and retract. You got your 2 dump valves. Obviously, when they're lit up red, they're good. Oh, that one's stripped. When they're lit up red, they're open. They're not lit up, they're closed. The city water. See, there goes a train. Figures. You have to give me a second here. I'll do the best I can here with this. So you remember how this works? Pointing to this one here, that's your city. Pointing up, set the winterize, pointing to pump. That's going to suck water from the pump to your fixtures. Pointed down is to fill your tank, and that's all through your city water hookup right here. So you hook up a hose here, turn it to that, and it'll push it right, or I'm sorry, not that, this one. Fresh tank and fill it. This one here goes right to your fixtures. This one here, you hook up a hose, just a scrap hose you have from this to a gallon jug of antifreeze. You can suck your antifreeze through the coach, and then you have your pump setting. Your winterize kit for your water heater, normal service throughout the season. Time to winterize, you bypass it. Leave it bypassed if you put antifreeze in it so that you don't pump antifreeze into the water heater. When you're through winterizing, leave it bypassed till spring, and when you're done with the camper or you're ready to start using it in the spring, hook up your water, flush out your lines. Once all the pink's gone, then open this to normal and fill your water heater. You won't have any antifreeze in your water heater then. Just make sure you drain the water heater for the winter. Tank rinser, hook up a hose, goes right to your tank and washes it out. I think I've explained how to do that before, but hook up your hose, turn it on, open the valve, which is that guy over there, your black one, and let it run. It'll help wash out the sediment and stuff in the tank. Your ice maker valve, you can actually opt, and we do here, we have it opted to be shut off for the time being. Instead of using the one in the back of the fridge. Outside reset for whatever you want. Maybe charging drill batteries or whatever. Nice utility shower for washing the dog or the grandkids or whatever. Both of your hot and cold low point drains, which we actually have open right now for the winter. Water filter setup. If nobody knows this, isn't aware, this guy here, you're supposed to take it out of the canister, dump out the water, and then winterize your coach. If you leave that filter in, it'll take the pink dye out of your antifreeze. I sure hope you guys can hear me with all this, but pass-through compartment. She's not real big, but it's pretty big. And I'll get it from the other side too. It's got one of those motion lights that I don't have on right now, but you've got your LCI touchscreen for the leveling system. Your Swintech slide system board for the front two slide outs. I love this. I know this sounds silly, but slam latches. You know, this is what they put on motorhomes. You know, they're not cheap latches. You'll get one 30-pound tank here and one on the other side. We have them off because of the show. But, and it's got the automatic changeover, so when you turn your two bottles on, this one on the other side at the same time, right now it's set to pull off of this tank on the other side. That'll turn green when that tank runs empty if both bottles are on. If that one runs empty, it'll still show red, but the internal valves will switch to this tank and keep running, so you're not getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning to switch over your tanks so you can have heat. And your wife's going, I'm cold, go out and fix that. So just make sure you check them once in a while. Once you decide that that one's empty, flip it over to here, run this tank, go get that one filled. You're supposed to be able to disconnect these and walk away and still get them filled. So I'm probably talking really fast, but I am really cold. So forgive me for that, guys. There's your gross vehicle weight. She's 16.5. Your axles are 7,000 pounds. Calls for 110 psi on the tires. Now, you know, I'm just going to say this here. You know, there's a model for change. A 375 FL. I'm going to say this for a change here, guys. Is what was I going to say? So if you geez, I don't know. I guess I'll move on from there. I don't remember what I was going to say. So cold, my brain froze. So anyway, so the pass-through compartment, or not the pass-through, the gooseneck compartment here on the front does not have the generator prep in it, but it can be added. It's got the cutouts in the floor for it, but just doesn't have the box. And it's set up for 2 batteries, and as you can see, there's one, and there's the other one. So it's all your fuses and breakers and stuff, and all your hydraulic lines, and those two those two knobs, if you turn those, screw them in, that actually shuts off the 2 middle slides in the kitchen, so you can shut one off or the other. So if you don't want the kitchen slide to open, but you want the dinette slide to open so you can get to the bath, you can shut off the kitchen one, leave the other one on, hit the button, and still run that room out. So hydraulic reservoir, if anybody doesn't know, there actually is a full mark, and it's right there. So this line right here would be full. It's not actually low because I have all 6 jacks down right now, so that uses fluid, and as I run the rooms out, that'll drop down some more. So that's kind of normal, but nice, good pass-through compartment. It's got the motion light here. You can have it go on or off or whatever you want to do. So and you know what? I don't think I've ever showed this. This is kind of a neat little feature. I don't know if I can get this off to show you. To be absolutely honest with you. Come on. There we go. This is your 7-way. Your cord that goes to your bumper. Vanleigh puts fuses in here. Tell me that's not a very well thought out setup there. And it's got this neat little, see if I can get this in the picture here. Hard to see, but it's there. There you go. Clear fitting there. It's waterproof. It snaps in. Easy to get at. And if you ever have to replace your 7-way, it's a harness. So if you get one from Vanleigh, you just unplug it, unbolt it, plug it back, plug your new one in, bolt it back in, and you're done. Back in business. Well, I guess I should probably show you the front of the coach. for a change. Still got that Rotoflex pin box. You know, those are nice, and they do make for a nice ride. I still like MORryde better myself. But she got some front cap lights. You know, it's got a good looking cap. If you remember, that's the rear living room we did a walkthrough on not too long ago. And that's, I think, a newer cap than this one. This is an older design, but still looks good. So over here, oh yeah. Boy, I'm not doing too good today, am I? I'm passing right by things. Vent for your batteries, your cap lights, your solar charge port, another vent for your batteries. Like I said, guys, I'm sorry, I'm cold, so kind of freezing my tushy off here. The other side for your LP bottles. Like I said before, we did drag it to a show, so she's got salt dust in here and everything else. She'll be coming up, getting a wash here, or we've actually got a wash truck. If the weather warms up here a bit, we'll be probably just taking it and bringing that out here and washing the trailers out here on the lot. So you got your battery disconnect switch, and I like this. It's in a nice spot. Shut it off, turn it on. Real easy to get to. I don't know. There we go. I can reach that one. So, you know, for being kind of an awkward shaped compartment, and it is a little awkward, it does have a lot of room. So, oh, hey, how you doing? So, one of our salesmen there. So out here we've got set up for your TV and everything. You got your living room and your antenna cable. So basically you could have a loop here and have your TV outside here. Your Dirt Devil vacuum setup. That's your crank for your spare tire to get it up and down. And again with the slam latches, boom. This is a sprung door, so it won't blow shut, but it does have a catch on it. You know, and I still kind of like the catch thing. Outside recept for your patio lights or whatever. I don't know if I mentioned it before or not, but see the one we did the walkthrough before has the green valve caps. Yep, they're still doing it. So they're still filled with nitrogen. That'll help you a little bit with your air pressure. In case people aren't aware of this, you are supposed to torque your tires. I know here we'll do them to like 120, 125. And then you guys are responsible for the first 10, 25, and 50 miles after that. I check them periodically. See that? That's a name I like. That is a name I like. Step above. Yep, the MORryde, the good steps. The really, really nice ones, the 4-steppers. These are not the spring assist ones, but when I latched the door open. Well, that was smart, dummy. So before we do anything, we are going to go through this here like we always do. So, battery charge is 13.4. Your fresh tank is low. Oh my God, but actually we don't want a full. So, gray tank is empty, black tank is empty. Now both those gray tanks are going to read off of the one, because there actually is 2 tanks in this, so it doubles your, it's got 1 valve to empty it. So that will actually double your gray capacity, plus all the piping and everything too. So you've got your water heater for propane, electric, your tank heaters for your waste tanks and your fresh tank to keep them from freezing, your water pump, your lights, your main on-off button, and then you have your 3-zone air conditioning system. Yes, this has 3 air conditioners. The front one is, no, I'm saying that wrong, ain't I? The rear one, I'm sorry, because that's where your bedroom is. Your rear one has the heat pump. Yeah, furnace heat pump. The rear one has your heat pump. So you can have AC, heat pump. You can have just the fans going, which obviously I'm not plugging into shore power, so I can't run that stuff like I normally do. But you've also got the AC on and off and your fan speeds for your middle AC. And then the front AC has your furnace, AC, the high and low settings and all that stuff. So go back to home. All your lighting. And just like all the rest of them, like I say, you know, I don't have the awning rolled out and I can't go very far because of that Vilano. So I won't roll it out on this particular one, but it's still the, I want to say this is still the Colorado. The Carefree of Colorado. Oh, there it is. Haha, it sure is. So, let's see, what else do we got here? Well, you got your master light on and off. Your bedroom, bathroom, everything's kind of divided up into categories. Make life a little easier. So, and again, the thermostats, your slide outs. So let's put out our slides. Yep, that is your living room. So from there, we'll get our galley. And these two here run off of that hydraulic pump, so whichever one has the least amount of resistance will run it. So there goes the driver's side, or off-door side we call it in the industry. She's almost all the way out. And here goes the passenger side, curb side, or the door side as we call it in the industry. Opting out of normal, this is a 20, I don't want to tell you I'm wrong. I don't want to be wrong, I should say. What did the tag say? Oh, there it is, haha. This is a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a K. K is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K. So that makes it a 2019, 2019 model year. So, right? I think I'm right. I'm almost positive I'm right. So, yeah. It's a 2019 front living. A 375 front living. And then the vanity and the bedside we can actually do from down there. So, this is the living room on this thing. It's got nice glass in it, and I don't mix it. You look at it, or the fireplace, it had one remote that worked the television, the fireplace, the DVD player, all from one remote. So you could sit at the living room sofa here with one remote instead of 3 remotes and work all that, at once. So that was kind of nice, but I don't want to shoot myself in the foot and say this has it, because I'm not sure. But again, big full depth drawer guides. The metal ones, not the cheap plastic ones. There goes another train. A USB port and a regular 110 outlet there. Same thing over there. So those are always perks for me. And who doesn't like a lighted cup holder? I mean, come on. Justin, Stacy, I'm pretty sure your coffee mug might just fit in that one. It might. I don't know. Might be close, but it might. If not, you got 4 more over here on the sofa. And if you don't like this, you can take that out and still have a little more snuggle room for the couples to be together. So, I want to say both of these are, yep, they're both regular hide-a-beds. At least that one is. Let me make sure this one is. I hate to tell you wrong. Oh yeah, this one is too. Just the same. So these are full-size hide-a-beds that fold out. So you're talking, you can sleep 2 here, 2 here, and if you're lucky, if you got a little kid or a little grandkid, 1 there. So you're talking 4, 5, 6, 7, because you got the master bed. And if it's, I think that's a king bed, and if you like your grandkids enough, you love them enough, maybe you put 1 in there, so you can get 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, you'll get 8 people in this coach. I don't know if you want to call that comfortable or snug, but I really like their woodwork on this thing. I mean, this is really serious. This is actually hard wood. This is not foam pressboard junk. This is real wood. Yes, I'm pulling on it. No, it's not moving. Same thing with the valances. Nothing about this stuff is that cheap wood. It's real wood. All put together. I mean, this might be a piece of paneling, but all the fine stuff that everybody cheats on and uses the cheap junk, this is real wood that's been routed off to look nice, and it's got the nice padded insert and everything. Nice material. I think it's got nice colors. And then over here they got the Vanleigh logo on the middle there. Same thing on that side. But I mean, I just think they're real sharp. This unit does not have the day shades, but it does have the night shades. So, I mean, if somebody had the and wanted to do that, you know, at the end of the world, have to change them out and put day-night shades in. We just, you know, we would have to order something like that from either Vilano or MCD. But all these windows open for ventilation. They all crank out. The side ones slide up or down. Even that little window there. I mean, that's nice because if you're not sure who's out there and the shades are down, at least you can pop that up and look down and see who's out there. You can open up the window and have your gun ready to shoot them if you had to. So, big fingers in front of the camera, sorry. So, you know, thought I'd sit down for a minute since I'm in here. I like this coach, you know, it needs a, I guess if it was me, and I guess maybe I'm a little too frou-frou, but I like carpet up here. This has got linoleum. Not a bad thing. I just, when I'm relaxing at night, I like to have my feet on something warm. I don't want to screw around, you know, throw rugs and stuff. When I go to close the trailer up, I just want to put the rooms in and go. But, you know, I'm okay with that first floor, you know, the kitchen, living room, bathroom, all that, even the steps being linoleum or some kind of a hard surface. But the living room and the bedroom, I really like carpet. I don't like getting up at night putting my feet on a cold floor. So, or, you know, up here too. Kind of sound deadens a little bit, you know, it kind of absorbs some of the sound. And I think, again, with the exception that I have Louie now, who's a pretty big dog, I wouldn't mind a small coffee table of some sort here in the middle. I know that it would be kind of a pain when you go to put the beds out, but really, you know, if this was my unit, and if anybody knows how my coach goes, Mom has the master bed, I have the bunk bed, and when we have the girls, Lacey sleeps with Mom, Dallas slept on the couch, then she spent one night with me. And she wasn't too bad to sleep next to. I thought for sure she'd beat me up all night. She wasn't bad at all. So, yeah. So, you know, that's the only thing I think I would change. And it's not like it's a quality thing or like that. It's just a preference thing. You know, everybody has preferences. And for the right price, that kind of stuff can all be changed. So adding carpet to this room would not be that difficult. It'd be a matter of getting that theater seating out of here. Because I would go from that hutch all the way to the nose and from slide to slide. So you'd probably wind up taking the two sofas here loose to lift them up to run the carpet under it. Take out that theater seating. Or you could probably do 3/4 of this room and take the theater seating, set it over here by the TV, lay the rest of it out, put the theater seating back. That's just me. I mean, you know, I don't mind the floor. I just prefer the carpet. But awful lot of jibber jabber. So I don't know if I mentioned it in other videos or not, but soft something, the high dollar motorhomes and whatnot. And these are all LED lights throughout the whole coach, and it has a ton of them. I mean, they did not spare at all on any of their lights. So let's go check out that kitchen a little bit more. Again, big fingers over the camera, sorry. So, plenty of storage. I mean, you got lots of cabinets here. This would be a good place for your, you know, coffee pot, coffee maker, toaster, whatever. Nice big drawer for whatever you wanted. Yes, it stops just short of hitting that refrigerator. Some nice cabinetry down there. And see, again, the little things. Look at that. Unless you bang it like an idiot, stops you from hitting the fridge. You know, this one's got it too. You know, I don't think this guy will have it. No, he doesn't need it. So this guy doesn't have that, but doesn't need it. So same thing with this guy here. There's nothing to hit. But even this side here, it's got it so it doesn't hit the other side. You know, those are things that I like. Just a little, the thought out things. You know, because then I have to go out and buy something to put on here, you know, down there or whatever on the fridge so you don't bump into it and you got to fight to get them on or off. One of my favorite things about these Vilanos, that's your 110 fuse panel. Those are 12 volt resettable fuses. So if a fuse blows, you just push it back in and it resets it. And then you can also, you can use like a pen or whatever, you can push a button in there to extend or retract your slides. And everything opens at once. Now, I haven't tried this yet. I'll have to try it on the next coach I have in the shop. But everything will extend and everything will retract. So when you go to do it, make sure the coach is 100% ready to go, and then close her up. Those I couldn't get away from, but then you have all your breakers. I don't know why that one's off. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. GFI outlet, huh? Well, what do you know? Microwave water heater, I like to have that off because, especially with shows and stuff, and they took it to a show, so hopefully it's still good. Speaking of GFI, there it is there. So, nice little drawers. I mean, there really isn't a lot of wasted space, I don't think, in this coach. You got a nice big cabin up there. This guy here, this could probably use a couple more, at least one more shelf a piece. Maybe some people might think, if you split this in half, be good for spices and whatnot. I don't know, maybe cereal boxes or whatever. I don't know. Until you start using it, you really don't know what you want. This one here, just the same, that could use a shelf, I think, at least in the middle. But it's all laid out. I mean, sorry about that. Somebody tried to call and they hung up, so thank God. So that cord can be pushed back onto the cabinet. You've got your convection microwave oven, all the good stuff. Oh, and look at that. And a stack of brochures. Anybody want one? Wish I could send you one. But you can ask these guys, they'll send you one. And that's got all. If you go back and watch this later, you can probably go through and see all of the little, detail things about the coach. I'm just going slow so somebody can go back later and read all that stuff. So they do even put the Tiffin name on this, so I guess other people that say the Vanleigh by Tiffin, they're not wrong. It's got the real nice Furrion stove, and while I'm not a fan of LCI products, this is a nice stove. I do like it so far. I have not had anybody come back with any problems. Same thing with the oven. I haven't had anybody come back and complain about the oven yet. So this little window here does not open, but it does have a shade. So at least you can close it off at night. And I think it closes off pretty nice the way they got it framed out with that backsplash. Pull up. I think I broke it. I think I did. Oh crap. There it goes. Haha. I think I just had it caught in there. Another outlet there for whatever you need. Good cabinet storage. Again, the little thing, valve on your hot and cold faucet. Or faucet, I should say, connections. Kind of like at your house. So again, this is all the stuff that Tiffin brings to the party. It's got an outlet in here for, I'm going to guess, if you wanted a garbage disposal or something like that. I've never heard of that in an RV, but, wouldn't be the first. A couple small drawers, another recip here with a GFI, separate of that one. Walk around the other side here. Nothing here for storage, but it is all here. Solid surface counters. Nice big stainless sink, followed by the small side. It's got the real nice residential faucet too. Hang on, sorry. Noisy train going by. There we go, he's gone. So, it's got the pull-out faucet, just like you have at home. Hot and cold water, just turn it on, turn it off. This area I kind of like a lot for the size that it is. You've got the two fold-up chairs that you can stash away, and that chair are your dinette chairs, dominantly. Most folks, it's just two people on camp, and why have, or living in it, why have the other chairs out if you don't need them out? Stash them away somewhere under the bed or in the closet, and just run with it. But nice big windows, I like to look out at my side of the campsite. And if, like, a lot of folks, boondock, dry camp, whatever, out in the middle of nowhere, at least you got a nice view of wherever you're at, And the awning does not shade the slide. It's from this point all the way up to the nose. So that's still a pretty good size awning. And I'm sure there's an option for a second awning, but this is just the one. But just a good area. And they got this nice big pantry. That's that whole cabinet there for storage. So that gives a little bit of room here for a chair to slide out without hitting things. You know, there is no leg on that table. It is secured to the wall. So there she is, there she stays, and that's it. So, and it is solid surface. Sorry, big finger on the camera. It is solid surface material, just like the countertops. So, like I say, she's a, this, you know, these Vanleighs, they are sharp trailers. I really like them. Even this here, this is all just decorative. Instead of a cheap piece of batten, they opted to put a nice piece of wood here, and it is two pieces because here's the seam. Nice piece of wood. They routed this off and put this piece up against it. It's like a pillar that holds the roof up, but it just finishes it off. Nice base. Even the pass-through door. That's all real wood. None of that's that fake crap manufactured. That little magnetic catch. Would you believe that actually holds going down the road for as little as that is? We took us to a show with the door wide open. Got there and opened up. It was still open. Coming into the bedroom, we have the master buttons for the lights. You have your bedroom light. Bedroom light and hall light. Master light on and off. Bed slide, extend and retract, and vanity slide, extend and retract. So, why don't we do the bed? It is a Swintech, and it's a deep slide, so and they're tall slide-out boxes. If I haven't mentioned that before, I want to say they're 7.5 foot. Well, that one is. The living room one here, I think, is more like 10. And then your vanity slide I mean, look at this. All that storage. Definitely think this is pretty close to a full-timer's dream RV. And then that solid panel there, if you remember the other videos, that is actually your washer-dryer cabinet. So, slide this guy open. Washer, dryer. Kind of how it goes. And then that sticker tells you, drill through the wall and there's your vent. So, if you don't use it for your washer dryer, think of the storage. You could put laundry baskets in there and put your dirty clothes. You could put a rack in there and hang clothes if you wanted to, or boxes, or whatever your case may be. And again, a motion sense light. So if you shut it, it'll go off here in a couple seconds. The closet, this is a little different from what we see in the other coaches, but that Vanleigh does. But it's got the motion sense light, a nice sturdy rod, not some of the cheap stuff that we see that's like a piece of wood that bows and everything falls off. You know, and a lot more good storage in here. I mean, there's no shelving or that stuff, but you know, it's a blank slate for whatever you want to do. It can be tailored to whatever you want. So, and they got good solid catches that hold these doors shut. Same thing over there. Oh, and I made a mess of the bed, didn't I? If I was smart, I'd have come in here before I did the video and fixed the bed. Don't tell my mom I'm making a bed. She'll get mad at me. Excuse the shakiness. That's a little bit bitter. Yeah. Like I said, you got 4 big cabinets up there. All the privacy shades. I want to say both sides have, yep, both sides do have USB and 110 volts. Same thing over here. USB, 110 volts. And there's actually 2 USBs in each one of these ports. So there's 2 here, 2 there, 2 on the front side of the couch, TV, 2 on the other side of the TV. So you're actually talking 2, 4, 6, 8, that's what, 10? 2, 4, 6, 8. Sorry. Talking too fast and counting. Not good. Oh. Good size underbed storage. It's got the built-in vacuum system over there, and that's your parts for it in the corner. So again, good amount of storage. That's actually a good spot to stash those 2 chairs up there. But I want to say, is there a compartment out there? No, there's not a compartment out there. It's not a flush floor slide out. So, but you got 4 big dresser drawers there. You got 6 small ones there. So there's your sweaters and shirts or whatever and everything. And then you got your socks and underwear, your junk drawers. Nice little TV, and another Furion TV, a nice looking TV. Like I said, the quality things don't stop in the bedroom. It's still the solid wood, everything. A couple cabinets for your, just those odds and ends personal effects that you might have. And look at that, still a little wire stop it from hitting the wall. A couple of recips, one on each side, and then nice solid pocket door. Again, real wood. So, and there's a magnetic hold there that holds this shut. Then you push this down, and there actually is a catch up top too. But you push that down and slide it open, and then that's what locks it for travel. So, might seem a little silly, but nice little table here. Little storage. It's got a heat vent down there. Excuse me. Out another recip there. This guy's for your thermostat. It reads the room temperature because the thermostat settings are up there, but this communicates to that. That communicates to the air conditioner. Again, with your wall panel for your lights and everything. That's a switch there. For my favorite setting or feature, a ceiling fan. Oh, look at that. It does have speakers in the bedroom. So you actually have 2, 4, 6. You have 8 speakers on this coach. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's good for me, bad for the neighbors. So, here in the hallway, same thing. You got the pocket door that pulls shut, so you can have your privacy, and that is locked, so it's not going to open. You push that down, slide it open. There it is. And what I do like about this room sliding out here is that gives you a big hallway. And I'm a big guy, so I don't have to do the side step going through. I can walk straight. So coming into that bathroom, look at that shower. Big one-piece fiberglass shower surround. I turn that off and shut it. I don't know why that's open. But one-piece fiberglass shower surround, And like we showed you outside, you got your access panel to get to that. And you got one you can reach to that because there isn't one here. And that heat vent would not be fun to deal with. But that heat vent also keeps your shower base warm. And it helps heat up that area around the shower. So that'll actually help a little bit with that being exposed to the cold weather. But it's got the same, like a residential style faucet, I think. At least I think it is. You can adjust the height to where it's at and everything. You can turn this knob and adjust it up and down. The angle and everything. Your soap dish here moves around. And you can take the head off too, and just like you would in your normal RV, and do your thing. Double vanity, four receptacles there. You've got all your medicine cabinets and stuff. All your cabinetry here, all your drawers and everything. It does have the porcelain toilet, I mean, it's, I don't know if that's I guess it feels more homey, I guess, if you're, for the money you spend, not to have a plastic toilet, but it does have a plastic seat still. The sprayer, you got me. Never use a bidet, so I'm going to say that's not for your butt. That's probably to wash out your toilet. At least that's what I would use it for. Another cabinet above the toilet, you got 3 vents in here. One is a air dump, it puts air into the coach, into the room. The other 2 are air returns. So there is no actual air return on the air conditioner. These are all whisper quiet air conditioners. There is no air return. Everything down the driver's side or off door side or road side, and we're at the back looking forward now. So everything on that side is an air return. Everything on that side, discharge. So an entire coach to supply air, to cool it and send it back down into the coach. So this is just it's a sweet unit. It really is. It really, really is. One-piece walkable rubber roof on it. You know, all the good stuff there again. Of them went into the shop. Popular floor plan that we saw so many of them. With this one is they built the cabinet out farther, so you don't have that. Um, and while that mantelpiece was nice, you know, it was a real pain in the butt because it stuck out. So when you were trying to work in these cabinets for something, or on the TV, or on the radio, or on the slide out, it was in the way, and it was solid wood, and it was stained. So if you looked at it the wrong way, you damaged it. So, you know, just not my tea for that anymore. It looked pretty, but it's just not something that I'm into anymore. It's just kind of gotten old. But I think Vanleigh does a nice job. I really do. I mean, they've changed this around. The roof on this coach does not slope off to the front and the rear like most coaches. This is flat, front to rear. It has the same pitch, basically like a travel trailer. It's flat front to rear, but it is crowned side to side, so water can run off. So, but she does stand tall, very tall. If back in this end of the shop, the air conditioners just miss the 14-foot door. So we're probably 13.6 or pretty close to 13.6 with these trailers. And I think a lot of that too is, you know, when you're on the truck, I'm backing uphill into the shop, so the tail's a little higher going in. You know, maybe just it's an illusion. But yeah, so this is nice. I like the darker wood. I'm not an oak fan. My mother, she's very old fashioned in that sense. She likes her oak and she knows what she likes and she ain't afraid to tell you. But the woodwork in this would suit her fine. Like I said, it's not my particular choice of color. The leather couches and stuff, the gray is nice. You know, I do like it, but I do like the brown better. I think the brown with the oak would be a better choice if it was if it was a coach I was buying. But you know, everything on this thing, I just like the way they're built. You know, we've sent out the door since I was started here in October, mid-October. We have sent out. I'm trying to think here. 1, 2, 3. And I'd already done the video, but they went. They were down there already in their travel trailer, and they emptied the trailer out and put everything into storage down there. Took the trailer, dragged it all the way back to Canada. And I guess they just live over the border, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember right. Another train. Thanks, BNSF and Union Pacific. They just lived over the border, so they drove all the way up, and they got up to, I don't know if it was Tennessee or something like that, and their furnace quit. So they had no heat. So they froze their butts off sleeping in that camper over the night. And then they finished their trek to Canada, left the old trailer in Canada, and then drove back down here with the truck and picked up the fifth wheel. And then we did their walkthrough on it and everything. Got them out the door. And I want to say I think they said they were south of Indy, maybe southern Indiana, by the time they got out of here. And we had some snow that day they picked up. So, and if you remember in some of my video, on my Instagram, I had some pictures of a Vilano driving out of the lot here when I was behind it, going home for lunch, and that was them. And they called me. They had a couple questions on the trailer that they called me on, and they told me they actually used this walkthrough video that I did to go back and in reference to the trailer, so they could figure out how things worked, where something was. Apparently, I forgot to tell them about the spare tire carrier, so it worked out because I saw that in the video. So, but yeah, I mean, I enjoy doing this. You know, I don't know how long I'll do it. Be doing it, but I enjoy doing this. You know, yeah. There's some motorhomes I like to do some walkthrough videos on. There's one it's sold, but it's actually not here at the moment. We sent it out for some sub-out work for the guy, some add-ons and things like that are beyond us doing it. So it's out at the Outfit and Elkhart. Excuse me. And I'd like to do a walkthrough video on that when we get it back here. And I've got time before the guy picks it up. He's not picking it up until mid-April, so I've got time. I could probably squeeze it in the shop or, get it out of the mud and do it there. But I think I hear somebody coming. I know, but I can feel the wind rocking this thing, that's for sure. So, but anyways, opting out of normal, I think I'd seen your comment there that you like the colors, you know. And like I said, they're not bad. I'm not an oak person, and the furniture's okay, but I think I prefer the darker brown uh, leather, especially with Louis. It's easier to see the mess, so I can clean it up when he's got drool. I've learned the dog likes to drool a lot. It doesn't matter how much water I give him, he just drools and drools and drools. And that and he sheds. Oh my God, does that dog shed? I know it's wintertime, but crime in Italy. I vacuumed the living room. I think when I was vacuuming the living room, when I moved the furniture and everything, I think I actually emptied that vacuum out 3 times. And I got one of those shark uprights, the up the rotator, whatever you call it. And that's a good vacuum. But I tell you what, I emptied that canister 3 times. All dog hair. I could have made another Louis out of it. That's how much dog hair I had. Um, you could color match the furniture to the dog. Color match the furniture to the dog. um, you know what? At home we do. That just so happens the furniture in the living room matches Louis pretty close. It really does. It's like a tan brownish color. And we've had it for a long time. It's something my mom got a smoking deal on when she worked for a furniture company, and it really does match the dog. I don't see the dog hair on the carpet in the living room or the sofa or love seat, but when I went back to vacuum all that, that's where I picked up all the dog hair. I see the dog hair on my comforter on my bed, and I can see it on the floor on the linoleum, which even with the color linoleum, it's kind of hard to see. So I don't sweep the floor because I don't like kicking up into the air. So I use the vacuum with the brush off. You know, we can do that with our vacuum. So I vacuum the floor with the lights off in the kitchen because it's got the headlights in the front of the vacuum and you can see all the dog hair or dust bunnies and everything. And it gets them all. And then I don't miss anything. So, that my trailer is going to be another story because we put that linoleum in there and it's heavy duty linoleum. I'm not too worried about Louis nicking it up, but it's a darker color, so it'll probably show his dog hair more. But the rest of the furniture in the camper, I think that'll be a lot like the house. It'll kind of hide the dog hair for the most part. He goes in Monday or Tuesday. I think it's Monday or Tuesday for a Petco over here. They made me a deal, an offer. They made me an offer I couldn't refuse. To get a bath and a de-shedding, if I'm saying that right. And it really isn't bad. They gave me a 25% off coupon, so I want to say it's only going to cost me it's like $54 regularly. It should only cost me like $27, something like that. They're going to brush them down 3 times. Once before the bath, once during the bath, once after the bath. And then they're going to hit them up with, what are the other 2 options I've got? There's two other picks I had. It was a pick 3 thing. I just had him in for his nails. It cost me $7 to get his nails trimmed, you know, because I just am afraid to hurt him. I've done that, and then I have hurt him before, so I won't do it. So for $7, if you take him into a Petco on a Tuesday, it's like $10 normally, but you figure with tax and everything, only $7. That wasn't bad. I don't think I waited more than like 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Now his bath, I'll drop him off and leave him because they said that might be a couple hours. And I said, I don't really care. I'll drop him off. So I think it's Monday or Tuesday after work. I have the card in my truck. I drop him off for that, and he'll get a bath. He doesn't like leaving me. I know they had me come back in there because he wouldn't get up on the table for him. I had to come in there with him and help him get up on the table. I didn't even come on, Louis, and patted the table, and he got right up there. Once he got up there and sat down, they hooked him to the little stand thing there and left him alone, and he, you know, did his thing, and he was a good dog. You know, they gave him a treat and everything. I kind of wish they had swept up their area better because then when I went to take him out of there, when they brought him out to me with my dog leash and everything, it had some other dog's white dog all over the leash, and I wasn't really happy with that. I mean, I guess maybe I'm being a little too fussy, but that's just me. I am Mr. Fussy, so I know what I like, and that's just kind of it. But So yeah, so this is kind of the walkthrough on this front living room. I hope you guys liked it. Um, if aside from the fact that I'm really cold, I would have taken a little bit more time on the outside. I'm sure on this particular coach I might have missed something because I was cold and trying to get through it. My hands were numb, and they're actually starting to. Well, they're still a little red, but they come back. My face is a little red too, but I just had a shave not too long ago, a couple days ago, beginning of the week actually, beginning of this past week. I did that. So yeah. If anybody has any questions, comments, suggestions, I do these videos as a hobby. I'm not on the clock getting paid for this. This is my time. My truck is out there running, hooked up to this battery. With my truck running, charge spare, so I can do this. What is the overall length? This guy, she's a pretty big girl. This one is 41. I think this was. I want to say she's 41 foot. Does it tell me on this? Oh, just in case anybody is wondering, it is to have a 50-inch LED. No, that doesn't tell me. But you know it will. The brochure. Let me see. Front living. So, here are the specs for the front living room Vilano. The 375 FL they call this. And the gross vehicle weight rating is 16.5. The dry weight is 14,800 pounds. The cargo carrying capacity is 1,700 pounds. The width is 108 inches wide. The height is 12 foot 11. Oh, and that is to the top of the ACs. They have it asterished here in the book. Unloaded and based off of an average. Oh, okay. And length overall, it's actually 40 foot 6 inches. And that would be from pin box to rear ladder based on standard build, no options. So, and that's their little asterisk for that. So, your freshwater capacity is 54 gallons. Your gray water capacity is 90 gallons. And again, if you remember, like I said, that is, what is that, 80? That'd be 45 gallons a piece per tank, because there is 2 gray tanks, actual tanks on this, but there's one valve. So they're plumbed together to come out one outlet, but there's one valve that stops it all. So I think that's where you get the extra capacity, because those are it's probably 10 gallons in the pipes, I'm going to say. Well, maybe not. I think where they put that valve, it might not be that many, but your 90 gallons is still a lot of gray water. Black water capacity is 45 gallons. Water heater is a 10-gallon gas electric DSI water heater. So it's direct spark ignition, and it is also has the electric heating element. I also know that there's an option on the Vilano for the Truma tankless water heater. And I still don't know why they call it tankless, because it does have a tank in it, a small reservoir, but there's an option for it. It is very pricey, but if you're building the coach, that's the time to do it if you have to do an order out, or if you find one with it in already. LP capacity of 60 pounds. Hitch weight, wow, 3,300 pounds. She's pretty heavy. Of course, it looks like all the Vilano fifth wheels are pretty much all the big. Let's see here. Well, the Grand Bar, which was the last one I did, the 370 GB Grand Bar with the front bathroom. That one's tongue weight is 3,100, and the same unit with the half bath instead of the Grand Bar is still 3,100 pounds. God, I want to see this one so bad. The 360 RL, I want to see that coach so bad. I know it sounds dumb, but it's a different floor plan. The bedroom's backwards from your typical RV. Instead of the bed sliding out the driver's side, it slides out the passenger side. So if you take your normal bedroom slide and it slides out, away from the awning, this actually slides out over your patio. But there is no slide at the foot of the bed. There's a nice dresser, kind of like that first one I did, the 320 GK Vilano. Basically the same closet, just mirrored, flip-flopped over. And a similar bathroom setup. Yeah, pretty much similar bathroom setup. Instead of having a corner vanity, that one's got a straight vanity, but you know, that's just talking. And it looks like color options. This one here, I think, if I'm looking at this right, it's either, this one's either English chestnut. I'm gonna say, no, I don't think this is. This is supposed to be ginger maple. Here, I'll give you guys a view so you can see. So those are the color choices. Ginger maple, I think, is what this coach is. It's kind of the feeling I'm getting. English chestnut, that would probably be a little bit, if I had to go with a light color wood, that'd probably be it. The amber glaze I haven't seen, but that doesn't look too bad in the picture. The mocha is what the, where are we at here? The 320 GK, that one there, that was the first walkthrough I did. That one there was in this mocha. This is the one I'm talking about that I really would like to see in person. And I know that, you know, the back here really isn't any different than the other one. I just really want to see this, you know, I guess I'm curious how this flow is in this bedroom because it's backwards. And what's the awning like? Does the awning go from this slide to that slide? Does it go from that slide past this slide? You know, that's kind of my you know, what I'm curious of. Because I know on this trailer here, on the front bath, the awning goes from here to there. So you got a big awning, and then you have one on the slide. So that's a good awning, but that slide kills about, 2 foot of the slide, or 2 foot of your patio. And it's a walk-into hazard for people that are over 5 foot tall, because I'm 6'1", and I hit my head on everything. But this is basically your front living room layout. I guess that's the color I should pick for furniture to match the dog. It'd be that tan color. That'd be the way to go. See what that? But see, again, they don't put carpet in the bedroom. They don't put carpet in the living room. Just, you know, just me. Just things that I like, you know. And here's what I was talking about, the asterisks. You know, they put a little asterisk by the dry weight, unloaded and based off of an average. The two dots is to the top of the AC. 3 dots is your pin box. To the rear ladder on a standard build, no options. And I think by that they mean a bike rack. So if you add a bike rack, obviously that makes your coach longer. Unloaded and based off of an average, that's number 4. So that's your hitch weight. So that's no cargo in the front of the camper. There's nothing in the cabinets, nothing in the pass-through, nothing in the front compartment, nothing in the kitchen, because that stuff all factors your hitch weight from the wheels forward. So those are things that I guess people need to think about when they're buying one of these things. We're finding the carpet is causing our Swintex slide to hang up. Well, let me... Boy, should I even give my opinion on a Swintex slide? They're good for a bed slide, and they're good for a closet slide. They suck on anything beyond a bed slide or a closet slide. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. But carpeting causing that to hang up, though, huh? That's kind of an interesting one. I haven't ran into that. I've run into issues with the slide-out box, the room itself being built out of square. I've run into the opening in the wall for the slide-out being out of square, and I've run into it where both of those are the problem, and it just kind of gets into a pinch bind. If the carpeting's an issue, then I would take a utility knife and get up in there and trim out whatever's causing that. But if you check, I bet you what I just went through with another customer's coach, I bet you that the rubber wipe seal might be catching in the roller. Ours is in the bedroom. Bed is causing carpet to shift. Bed is causing carpet to shift. The bed's causing the carpet to shift? I don't think I've ever run across that. You'll have to send me some pictures on my YouTube, not my YouTube, on Messenger for that, because I've not run into that. I'm not saying I'm an expert on Swintex, but when I worked for the other company, boy, did I work on a lot of Swintex. A lot. And a bedroom slide-out is a very unusual one to need to have serviced. Usually it's a bigger, heavy slide, like one that's got your refrigerator, stove, entertainment center, cabinets, all that stuff. It comes in, the carpet is being pushed up. Oh, you're not. I know what you're talking about now. You're talking about the under bed storage part of the bed is causing that. Alrighty. Um, you may want to check and see if there is a roller under there, and if there is, that might need to be adjusted, or a glide strip can be added, a piece of plastic glide strip under the bed, so that when it rolls in and out, or you could put, actually, you wouldn't want to do that because when you run the room in, it would be run the room out rather, you would have a glide strip sticking out from underneath the bed. So what I would probably look into is Camping World used to have them, is they sold glide strips. They used to. And you just stick it underneath the front corners of the slide, or in this case, the front corners of the bed. Run the room in, and it'll ride up on those instead of the carpet. Or I know you've got some tools in that trailer, Justin. If you've got and I know you got a pin nailer too, because I've seen you use it, and know you got a staple gun too, and a compressor and a hose. So what I would do too, because I've run into this before too, where the paneling is too long, and it catches the carpet and causes that. So I would see if just the paneling is catching the carpet and causing that. If it is, if I had to fix this for a customer, I would take the paneling off, trim down a 1/4 inch or whatever I needed to fit, so you had some clearance. You have a gap around the foot of the bed, and then reinstall that. And I even tested it with that panel off to make sure that is the problem. Comes on the train. That's got to be what, like 5, 6 now? At least it's moving pretty good. It's gone. So if it was me, I think what I would do is I would trim that down just a little bit, and I'm pretty sure that'll solve the problem as a long-term fix. The glide strips are more of a short-term fix. If you have carpeting in the living room, the glide strips can be used on the flush floor slide, on the door side of the coach, the sofa dinette, or your at theater seating. You guys have theater seatings, chairs, and your dinette. It'll keep from getting those lack marks on the carpet. Ours has rollers. I think I was thinking about replacing rollers with sliders. Rollers with sliders. Now you got me wondering. Rollers with sliders. I guess I can't picture what you mean by a slider. The other thing you could do too is they make an adjustable roller, and you could actually mount the roller to the bottom up to the floor and have it hold up the furniture sliders. Oh yeah, that white thing with the orange pad. But you're still basically pushing the carpet though. And while that shouldn't make it bunch, I guess I don't know. I guess I really don't know. I guess I would look at that paneling first, because that paneling could be maybe an hour worth of screwing around. You're a pretty handy guy. You could cut that down and be fine. But I would think if it isn't the paneling, then, but of course I think it is. I really do. Now that I'm thinking about it more and more, I've run across that on the Jayco slide outs, and it's not that it caused on the Jayco, it didn't cause the Schwintek to fail. It just was annoying when you ran the room in or out. You could hear it dragging on the carpet. It was either Pinnacle or the Designer. Might have been back when they were Designers, and even the Eagle fifth wheels were doing that. And not all the time. It was just a random thing. It wasn't like it was a bad run at beds. It's just that somebody mounted the paneling too low, or it was just cut a little too wide. But in the past, that's what I've done: is pop the paneling off, trim down maybe a 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch off of it, put it back on, and then go with it. And that usually solves the problem, though. I've not had that not fixed. So I would try that first, because you're not throwing any parts at it then. You're just basically popping the panel off, trim it down. Like I said, pop it off and try it. If it doesn't fail, there's your problem. If that was the problem, was the paneling that was too wide, it was dragging on it, then go ahead and trim it down about 1/8 of an inch to a 1/4, and then put it back on, and problem solved. All you have is time and a few staples and some putty in the staple holes. That's what I think I would do. I really do. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the carpet was getting wrapped up in the slide-out mechanism. I just had that. It was a motorhome for a customer. They came in, they were terrified to run the room out. They went on a trip to Arizona for a few weeks, and they didn't use their slide out at all because they went to run the room out and it stopped halfway out and it wouldn't go any farther. Excuse me. So they actually camped. They actually camped with their room in for two weeks, I think it was. The unit that they have is a small motorhome, but the way it was laid out was real easy to get around inside with the room in. I mean, it was very functional still. Great for running for long, like they did a lot of traveling and stuff. I think they have 20,000 miles on a 2-year-old motorhome, 21,000. So they put some miles on it. A lot of time in Arizona too. But their problem was the wipe seal got caught up in the bottom V-roller on the rear side of the slide out. And it got wrapped around the roller, and when you ran the room back in, it unwrapped, and it would run in fine. But when you went to run the room out, because it had been getting caught in there and pulled on for so many years, and for so much use, it's only been a couple of years, they use it a lot, it actually caused the roller to stop turning, and the room quit moving. So with all that, you know, it's not functional. So I probably had about 2 hours wrapped up in that, and they got lucky because the extended warranty company, we talked to them about it because I told our parts, my service, I said, well, I said, this isn't going to be covered by warranty. I said, this is going to be a customer pay. I said, because there's no failed parts in the extended warranty. Extended warranties only cover failed parts and electrical, but there has to be a failed electrical part for the warranty to cover what is being fixed. And if there's nothing broke, you know, you're kind of done. So vanity, bedroom slide, galley, living room. Low voltage, low voltage. It's telling me low voltage. Oh my God. So, in case you didn't notice before, both of those rooms come in together on one button. Oh, don't worry about it. I don't mind answering questions on stuff. That's why I like doing this stuff. You know, I really enjoy my job, or I wouldn't do this at all for anybody. You know, John and Laura, porch light, why is that on? John and Laura, I do a lot of stuff for them too. I check on John all the time. You got to make sure he's doing things correctly. He tries so hard, that man. He does such a good job, though. I do got to work with him on caulking. He doesn't do a bad job. But the first time I saw him caulk that water heater when I was helping him on that, he had me on a live video doing that, and I thought, oh boy, this poor man. We had a good charge in that battery now. Guess that gives me a reason to go put gas in my truck. He tried so hard, but he was so frantic because of what he was doing that I think he was frantic anyways. I don't know for sure. He was trying to do all that stuff, and he was against the time frame. And oh, you know, I should have put those jacks up. Well, that's all right. No worries. He was trying to run against a time frame because he had someone also was going to work on his truck for him. I don't know if it was ball joints or a control arm or something. I don't remember what it was, but he was going to have something worked on too after that, and he was trying to get to that appointment too in with the water heater, and the water heater took longer than anticipated. So I'm not holding the phone sideways, I'm holding my head sideways, in case anybody's wondering. So I might do another live video later, just for the hell of it, maybe when I get to my house, and that's why I was bent over and hit my head. I was thinking about doing a review on my truck. Get out of the wind. I was thinking about doing a review video on my truck here. Took it to the car wash and washed it, but it's still dirty. And then did hey, there's my cover for my battery. I did I vacuumed out and all that stuff because Louis and I went to get his nails done, you know, trimmed. So I don't know. I don't know if that something would be interesting to anybody or not. Only person I got it. But get in the truck here, so I'm out of the way. So, hang on a second. Aha! That's more gooder. So, to anybody watching, which I've only had a couple, especially you guys, Justin and Stacy, opting out of normal, thank you for watching. I don't do very many of these things, but I am trying. And if you like what I'm doing, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, and it'll let you know when I do put something out. Excuse me for the knuckle cracking, cold weather. I think we're going to call this one wraps. I really have to get home. It's actually almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Check on Mom, have some lunch, and I got some cleaning up to do around the house. But today or tomorrow I might do a walkthrough on the, it's 41 degrees. Boy, it feels colder than that here. Might do a walkthrough video on the truck here with a review on it. And maybe I'll put that one up. I don't know if I'm going to do a live one on that or not. I kind of like the live thing. You know, I like kind of talking to people. That's why I get into other people's live videos when I can catch them. But, you know, I don't have enough people that kind of follow me enough to do a live and sit and talk with people and answer all their questions. So, but anybody does have any questions, please leave a comment. If you have a suggestion, recommendation, any of that stuff, let me know. I'll try to do my best to get it for you or do it for you. Check out some of my other videos I've got. I got some de-winterizing videos out there, or a de-winterizing video. I've got a winterization video to winterize your coach, just kind of the basics. And then I've got the 92 that, you know, everything I've done up to just this last time through. Just picked up some more insulation for it, for the walls and the ceiling. So, permitting, weather permitting, time permitting, I don't think I need anything part-wise other than paneling. I'll probably start building the wall sections to replace in that bedroom, probably pretty soon here. So keep watching. Everybody stay safe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being live with me, those that are here. And keep the rubber on the road.